Welcome to this brief demonstration of Trade-Only Vision. Trade-Only Vision is an online business management system designed for promotional product distributors. It's accessed over the internet, which means there's nothing to download and install. It means you can save IT costs, as you won't have to maintain an expensive server or network structure. It also means that if you're accessing the system via a Mac or a PC or a laptop or even a smartphone, as long as you can access the internet, you can access Vision from any device. When you first log into Trade-Only Vision, you'll see the dashboard, and this is a snapshot of your business. On the left, we can see featured products. These are products that are either new or are on special offer, or maybe bestsellers. We can also search for products straight away using a keyword or product code search and a supplier drop-down search as well. And we also have a list of our most recent 5 projects. Projects is an overview term for quotes or sales orders, and you can click on any of these to progress it. Further down the page we can see on the left-hand side our company performance. So we can see quotes, sales orders, invoicing, our conversion ratios, and the profit we're making on our jobs last month compared to this month, compared to the year. We can also see some statistics, the number of quotes we have open, the number of sales orders, and the number of purchase orders. And it's only possible to have this level of visibility about your business when you are running all of your key business processes through one system. Last but not least, we have a list of tasks, and these are jobs that we need to do today or coming up very soon. And we'll go more into the task management side of Vision later on in the presentation. So most processes in the promotional products industry start with sourcing a product. And to do this, we click on Products and Find Products. Trade-Only Vision has at its core a database of tens of thousands of promotional products provided by trade-only suppliers. This means that you can view pricing and know that your profit margin is protected because the suppliers we deal with have a strict trade policy in place. You can also add your own suppliers and products into Trade-Only Vision. When you're searching for products, you can use a keyword or a product code search. You can search by suppliers, and you can also search by category, by theme, by colour, lead time, end user price, country of origin, and quite a bit more. On the home page of our products window, we can also see a bit more information about those new products, products that are on special offer, and products that are selling particularly well at the moment. And if you hover over a product, you'll be able to see a little bit more detail about it without having to click into it. If we do click on a product, this is where we'll see the quality of information for which Trade-Only are renowned. So what you can see here is we have pricing quantity breaks across the top. We have the cost price and the sell price and the margin available on this product. And scrolling further down, we can see any additional costs. So the price for the same item with a one-colour print, and in this case the price for setting up the origination. Down the right-hand side we can see the product description, the supplier's product code, the size of the product and the supplier's full contact information, and all of the information about the actual branding areas available on this product. We can find out the lead time and the country of origin, the carton quantity. In fact, just about every single piece of information that would be useful to you is available on each product. What you can see too here is that the ITV logo is actually appearing on this particular keyring, and back on the overview page it was actually appearing on all of the products. That's because the Vision system is integrated with instant virtual samples. So all you need to do is upload a logo once using the My Logos function, select it, and the system will apply it to every product on the database fixed to the correct print area and imitating the correct print method. Now it's not designed as a proof, but as a sales tool it's exceptionally good for engaging your customers' imagination. So when you want to do something with these products, you add them into your clipboard. And your clipboard is simply a collection of products that you're going to do something with. So you can select all of the products on your clipboard or individual products on your clipboard. and then add the selected products to a new project. Or you can add them to an existing project if you have a live quote on the go. At this stage, we just need to tell the system a little bit of detail about what we're quoting the products for. So it might be products for a new store opening. We select our customer or prospect, and if at this stage we didn't actually have that person added in our database, you can add the company or a new contact into the system straight away using these little plus icons here. The status drop-down basically indicates what stage your quote or sales order is at, and these will automatically update as you go through the process. However, you can always overwrite this to put it at the stage that's most appropriate to you. At this stage, we're obviously at quotation. If we know when the customer wants these products by, we can put a target date in, and the sales rep will default to whoever you're logged into the system as. The additional notes field is for you to make any further notes about this particular job that the customer's not going to see. They're simply for your notes only. Save this, and then I can create a quote or a sales order off the back of it straight away. If I click on Create Quote, what we'll see is that the system brings through all of that product information from the database. This means that you don't have to rekey any information at all. You can see here that the product has been brought through with the logo intact that we put on, and also with the pricing information intact as well. So at this stage, if I want to edit my products, I can do. I just click on Edit Product, and I can edit the description field here. I can edit the product name here. I can choose which colours to quote for, and I can even put a different logo on this particular product if I want to. On the Price a Product tab, I can now choose which quantity breaks I want to show my clients. So if I only want to quote for one quantity break, I can untick any that I don't wish to appear. And I can also choose my imprint methods. Now this product is available with a pad print. So if I apply a 2-colour pad print to the centre and update the pricing, what you'll see now is the pricing now includes a pad print with 2 colours. Now, if there are additional costs associated with this product that the supplier hasn't provided, or that you simply wish to add in yourselves, you can add in your own additional costs using this button here. But if we save this now, we'll see that no imprint method defined has been replaced with the pad print 2 colours, and that pricing now reflects that product with a 2-colour pad print. So it's that simple. The joy of having all of that product data in place is that making amends to this product data is a question of clicking a few boxes rather than having to do a lot of rekeying and a lot of research yourselves. You can edit the products, all of these products as we've just seen, and you can, as I've said earlier, you can also add your own products in from any source. You don't have to use the database that's provided for you. You can also put a calendar entry in here to follow up this particular project. So if I just clicked on New Entry here, then I can see that the computer has already pre-filled in some information for me, the customer and the date and time, and I can now put in what information I want to do. So I'm going to follow up this quote, quote for new store opening, and save the details. And that's now in my calendar at the date and time I specified. And we'll look at the calendar in a little bit more detail later on. This has all been done on the edit side of the quote, but you can see here there's a design button too. So if we press that, we can see a preview of what this is going to look like when it goes to our customer. So you can see that the product has still come through with the pad print 2 colours defined, and also with the customer's logo in place, imitating the print method available. It puts your client's logo top left and your logo top right, and there are a number of different quote layouts that you can choose to make sure that this is something that's unique to you. You can choose to include a page of terms and conditions, which you would customize for yourself, or a cover page, perhaps with a nice blue wave background. It's just a nice clean way of sending a professional quote to your client. I could send this now and it would email my client this PDF, or I can save it and it will save it as a quote against this particular project. So what we can see here, this is the project overview for this particular quote. There are tabs across the top that indicate all the stages that could take place against this quote but haven't yet. So we can see that there's a single quote but no sales orders or purchase orders. To convert the quote to a sales order is a simple question of clicking on Convert to Sales Order. And at this point all you need to do is select the quantity that you want to quote for. Obviously we quoted for multiple quantity breaks and we need to narrow it down to just one for the actual sales order. You can remove any products that the client decides that they don't wish to purchase and then just click on Create Sales Order. The creation of the sales order the window looks very similar to the quotation screen, but there's a few more options available to you here. You can put in your customer order number. You can put in the date, the definitive date that the products needs to be delivered by. You can choose a different delivery address for the customer. And there's the option to use different sales tax. Now this is more of a useful benefit for our US customers, but from a UK perspective, if you are exporting, then you may wish to change this to 0% as opposed to 20%. And again, you've got a further option here to add a follow-up entry into your calendar to either chase the supplier or chase the customer for their artwork. Well, once again, any of this product information we can now go into and edit it if we choose to. So we could overwrite any descriptions that we want to, add in extra additional costs and so on and so forth, and add in any delivery charges as well. And again, we've got an edit and a design function, so once again we can preview this before sending it to the client. Creating a purchase order from a sales order is similarly straightforward. You simply click on this Create PO button up here. And you can see that the system has created 2 purchase orders. Because every product on Trade Only Vision is associated with a specific supplier, it knows who the supplier is of those 2 items that are on our sales order, and it's created a purchase order for each supplier. Because that data has originally come from the supplier, there's no way that you can get that purchase order wrong either. You're going to be sending it to the supplier knowing that the print method is available and that the pricing is correct. Now if, for example, Prime Resources couldn't supply this particular item, you could go in to edit this document and change who the supplier is for this particular item. But it would default to Prime Resources, saving you the effort and time having to find out who supplies what. Across our project overview window now, we can see our quote, our sales order, and the fact that we have 2 purchase orders as well. Creating a sales invoice is really straightforward. It's simply a question of clicking on Create Invoice. And you can see now against the Invoices tab that there's an invoice that I can send out to my client. I can email that document to my client or make any changes that I want to. The activity log dates and timestamps every activity that you do in the system. So when you've emailed a quote, emailed a sales order, or emailed a proof approval document, the system will simply date and timestamp it as and when it was sent out. It's a good way of making sure that you're following a set process and getting all the I's dotted and the T's crossed. The Notes and Files tab allows you to store any documentation about this particular job against the job. So the artwork approval or email confirmation, you can save it and upload it so it's saved permanently against this job. And what you also have up here is a little Analyze button, and if you click on this, you'll get a little snapshot of the profit you're expecting to make on this job and the gross margin. And that is order processing through Vision in a nutshell. On the Projects Overview section, we can sort through any projects we've got on the go by looking through the status, by the sales rep, by the project number, or we can also view projects that we've completed as well. Vision integrates with Sage in the UK and QuickBooks in the US so that you can post out to those systems to do your purchase invoicing, profit and loss, VAT return, that sort of thing. In the future, we will integrate with further account systems, but they're the starting points. This purple 37 that you can see above the projects window, that indicates that we've received 37 inquiries from our website. And it's worth mentioning at this point that with every Vision system you get an end user website free of charge. Any inquiries that you receive from your end user website will come straight into Vision as a quote, and all you need to do is add a virtual sample, change pricing, perhaps add a couple of more products in there, and you can send it straight back out to your client. It's always marked as a quote inquiry received from your website. So if you convert that to a sales order, it's tracking the fact that you're actually receiving business off the back of your website. You can manage this through looking on the Websites tab of your Vision system. And what this shows you is the number of visitors to your site, the number of inquiries you've received, and the number of orders, and the conversion ratio as well. Going back a few steps, from a contacts record perspective, Vision is also your customer relationship management system. So you can store customers and prospects in this system. Customers being people who've bought from you, prospects being people who are likely to buy from you. And against any customer or prospect record, you can store a vast amount of information. Where they are, their contact information, what industry they work in, and a company logo. It's very useful to have the logo because then you can create virtual samples and also have that logo appear on any quotes and sales orders that you send out to the customer. You can record the number of employees, their role and their specific contact details, and you can set up their particular payment terms on here as well. You've got a free notes field for any information you want to record about the customer that's not covered in the other categories, and you've also got an activity log here. And this activity log basically is a snapshot of all the last communication you've had with the customer. So it will range from the most recent sales orders and quotes sent to the customer to the follow-up calls and emails that you've scheduled into your calendar. Moving across, in the reporting section, one of the great benefits, as I mentioned earlier, of having this Vision system manage all of your key processes is that reporting is very, very simple to achieve. So if I want to look at sales orders, for example, my sales orders this year, and preview my report, it's now going through the system to look at all the sales orders that myself, logged in as Deborah Wilkinson, have generated this year. Now this is dummy data, so you'll forgive the slightly sparse results. But in principle, what you'll get is a page of graphical results, followed by a page of more in-depth analysis going through what's made up that graphical results. And this reporting is available on all areas of the system, so you'll be able to see at a glance which suppliers give you the best margins, which product categories you achieve the best margins on, what your sales order conversion ratio compares from month to month or between colleagues. Basically, the fundamental principle of reporting is that you can see at a glance who your most profitable relationships are with. So you'll be able to see who your most profitable customers are and which suppliers give you the best deal. We've touched on websites briefly. Just to briefly recap, your website you receive free of charge with your Vision package is integrated with your Vision system, allowing all inquiries to come straight through into your quotation system. You can also create new websites through your Vision system. You can see at the top here I have 2 store credits available. If I want to create a new website, I can click on Create New Store, and I can either create it for myself, so it might be a niche range of eco products, for example, or products under £5, or products with express lead time only, or I can create it for a specific customer. And if I create it for a specific customer, then it brings through the detail that we've already seen against that particular customer's record, the logo that's stored there, and you can choose the same or similar logo to appear on the products on the website. And you can also choose from various different styles, a color scheme, specifically which products you want to appear on the site, and from which suppliers. And you can also mark up or mark down the recommended sell price. Click on Create and it will create that website for you in literally seconds. And that's the reason when I look on this particular websites tab on my demo system, there are literally hundreds of websites that we've set up for our different customers. Now each website typically costs just £10 per month, which if you have a blue chip client who wants their own customized ordering portal or you indeed want to focus on selling green gifts or selling writing instruments, it's a very economical way of promoting those parts of your business. Thank you for your patience in this very brief overview of the Trade Only Vision system. If you would like to see the system in more detail, please contact Trade Only on 0844 880 2751 or email sales@tradeonly.co.uk.